digital solutions will drive all kinds of opportunities for cost reduction, carbon reduction, and indeed new revenue streams will be enabled through energy management in the future.
Right now, if you spoke to lots of our customers, their interest levels in energy would be low, if not nothing. So I think the biggest transformation for them is them actually playing a part in energy and how they consume it, when they consume it, understanding how important that is to net zero and lots of the other targets that we need to hit as for the world and for the future really. So I think that's probably the biggest transformation is the connectivity of our customers to their consumption.
Electrification is going to completely change how we operate and how we interact, and I think decentralisation of energy is really the other one. So we're going to have a lot more customers producing their own energy, their own virtual power plants, and I think that poses problems not only for our infrastructure but also for how we engage with our customers. Once customers generate their own energy, they're far more engaged in that process. So we go from energy being sort of a hygiene factor that people don't want to interact with, and I think we're moving into an era where customers want to be very heavily engaged, want to know what's going on and really want to interact with their energy.
I don't believe there's an area of the energy market or industry which isn't going to be transformed in the next 10, 20 years. As we can see, we've already moved from a centralised energy production asset infrastructure to one that's increasingly decentralised. We're seeing customer behaviours go from paper-based, irregular, estimated billing, and with energy almost being an opaque thing that happens, to much more educated, much more agile, digital-led, involved customer experiences. And of course, decarbonisation is driving businesses and residential customers to really understand their energy and indeed carbon footprint in a different way.
So I think the first area is in terms of making the visibility of the network in terms of data. That's going to be a real big change in terms of making that available to everybody, but also the things which are installed behind the meter, so people's rooftop solar, the generator that you've got in your local department store. Those things are not necessarily all visible at the moment, and therefore you can't optimise them. If you make all of that information available, then you can optimise that using the grid in between. And if you think of something like eBay, for example, on eBay you go and buy a product, and you would agree that either with a supplier or you'd agree it with another person and you'd agree a price, but you then need some mechanism to post that to the person so they can receive it. And our role is like the postal service on eBay, how you join that together, and depending on how congested the route is between the two will depend how much you charge for posting that service.
I think we'll see lots of new companies coming into play. I think we'll see the boundaries of the current established players. So what is a supplier, what is a DNO, what is a MOP, and all those sort of historic players in the energy market. The boundaries will change for those, which will open up space for new entrants into the market to start utilising the information and start really helping our customers get better visibility of their consumption, make it benefit them and their companies.
We are now in a situation where I think a smart meter is generating something like 5 million meter reads a year. And what you can do with that data is, well, in fact, I don't really know what the full scope of potential is. It's just absolutely huge, particularly if you stop thinking so much about just being an energy provider and being someone who is providing a whole load of other services to the home, whether that's assisted living or all manner of other things. But it is, the data is absolutely huge, and you certainly need to think very carefully about what your data strategy is as a key part of where you're going in the future.